Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, real quickly, I want to talk to you guys about Miss Karen Huger. Okay, over there on Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all know Karen came to YouTube to give her thoughts about Miss Charisse because y'all know she not effing with Charisse. She don't rock with Charisse like that at all. She also touched on Robin and Giselle as well. But let me just, talk about a few things that she put over on her page. Okay, she spoke on Charisse and how they weren't friends. Okay, she said that a lot of people had questions about like the whole dynamics between she and Charisse and why Karen got so upset about Charisse mentioning her mom's funeral or whatever, right? And Karen took us back in time where she said that at the time that her mom passed away, she and Charisse were not friends. Charisse was kicked off the show and all of that. Okay. She was kicked. She was no longer on the show at the time. They weren't cool. So yeah, for her to pop up at her mom's funeral, she was a bit surprised. Now, she did say that she kind of had an inkling that she was going to show up, but she wasn't too sure. And I just kind of felt like that's a bit confusing. Like if you suspected that she was going to show up, for me, I just feel like you could have at least told her, "Hey, girl, I don't think it'd be a good idea if you showed up to your mama funeral, to my mama funeral, whatever the case is," because I feel like it's clear y'all don't like each other. So it's not like you owe her anything to tell her like, "Hey, girl, like I don't want you to be there." It ain't like you owed her respect to at least give her grace to show up. If you ain't rocking with her, you don't like her, you could tell her, "Hey, I don't think it'd be in your best interest if you showed up. This is primarily just for family and close friends. It is what it is." And Charisse would have had no choice but to respect that. And I feel like that's where the issue be coming in with Karen. And I know we like to praise Karen and we love us some Karen, but it do be giving passive aggressive just a bit sometimes. Karen got real aggressive at the table, letting her know, like, girl, ain't no more passive here. You don't like her, you don't rock with her, but we've even seen you on the show where you've kind of been like, kind of cool with her a little bit. Like, hey, yeah, how are you? You're good. Yeah, we'll schedule that time. We'll meet with each other. But then when you go get with the other ladies, like Charisse said, you do be kind of cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? You don't like her. So it's like, I don't think nothing's wrong with making sure that she understands that ain't nothing changing over here. I still don't really rock with your kind like that. Okay. So I don't really see nothing wrong with her just keeping it a buck. So even at that time when your mom passed away, and Charisse decided to come to the funeral, you could have just hit her up, say, that ain't gonna be good. Okay. She also goes on to speak on Charisse being at Candace's and Chris's 1 year anniversary. And I think that could have been before. Maybe it could have been after the funeral, but she talked about that at that party. And she said when they had to be after the funeral. Because at Chris and Candace's annual anniversary party or whatever, not annual, yeah, annual, whatever, 1 year anniversary party. Karen says that when she saw Charisse there, Charisse was trying to bring up the funeral situation with her mom. She was trying to bring up that funeral at that time on camera. So she felt like Charisse was trying to get it in, right? She thought Charisse was trying to slide in or whatever. And she said she deaded it at that time. She didn't give her anything to go off of. It makes me wonder, like, what is the real issue with Charisse? Okay. Now we know her fashions may not be up to par and all that other stuff. I believe her accounts might be up to par. I think Charisse might have a coin. Now it may not be all coins she made on her own, maybe coin from the husband, but it seems like she, what I'm saying, about got a coin. So is it that you feel like y'all would be in competition of some sort? I don't really think there's any competition for real, but I just feel like the issue is bigger than the mom situation, even though Karen is, that's her focus at this particular time. I'm like, y'all already weren't friends at the funeral. So what else is it? What else has Charisse done that we don't know about that you just strongly have this just distaste for her? You know what I'm saying? I believe Karen pretty much mentioned that this lady ain't got no decorum. Like she's just basically trash is what it's giving. But I was just trying to, you know, uh, attach it to like an actual situation or something that really happened between y'all. So I can't remember that far back, and I was watching Potomac from the beginning. But for y'all that was watching it with me and have a better memory than me, go ahead and hop down in the comments and refresh my memory as to why they don't really rock with each other anymore. Okay, I think Charisse had put out some tea about that dude. Was she trying to allude to Karen being out here with some man or whatever like that? And then they had they whole little situation going. I think that could have been the start of it, right? But anyway, so that's that. What else? I also felt like when Karen was addressing the situation about what happened in Mexico at the table, and Karen stood up and started yelling, and kind of got outside of the character that we normally see Karen in. I think Karen wanted to also kind of get in front of the situation before the show airs and kind of like clear her name real quick, just in case things don't go in her favor when it comes to the viewers. I don't know. I just felt like she wanted to like get ahead of some stuff just a little bit. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go in your favor because you are more of a fan fave. And Charisse is just returning back to the show and nobody really likes her. At least, you know what I'm saying? It's a good percentage of people that don't care for Charisse, you know. So I think you'll be fine either way. But it definitely gave me the vibe that she was trying to get ahead of some things, right? What else? Karen also went on, actually, yeah, let me say this. Karen also went on to talk about Robin and Giselle. She said a lot of people are asking her about Robin and Giselle and why they feel so headstrong to force her to have this conversation with Charisse. And then she says, well, Giselle pretty much told y'all in the beginning what it was when she does these different interviews. Okay. She pretty much brought Charisse on this show to do her dirty work. I've said that as well. I truly believe that because Karen and Giselle already made up at the reunion, but when do they ever really make up and they never comfort each other, right? So they've already made up. So maybe Giselle is like, okay, I'm not going to spend another year coming after Karen. I'm going to bring somebody back, somebody that I know she despises, somebody I know she don't like, and then I'm going to continue to try and force this thing and make it be something, right? Because leave it to Giselle, she swears she's a producer. So yeah, it was very strategic for her to bring Charisse back to the show. But speaking of Charisse, you know, once word got around of the things that Miss Karen was saying when it came down to like the friendship or her issue with Karen's issue with Charisse, this is what Charisse had to say. Okay. So Charisse says she can keep practicing her lies in the mirror as she prepares for the reunion. And she can keep wishing my coins would go away. Ooh, she says they won't. At the end of the day, Truly Original and Bravo can continue to clean her up to make her look like whatever her delusion mind wants to be. She makes good TV. The real reality is Karen Huger is still one of the local drunks of Potomac. Whoa, girl. Whoa, not you to call this lady a local drunk of Potomac. Now I have to be honest. When I was watching last week's episode, I was like, Karen, make sure you don't get more drinks than what you need, girl, because you know you like to let the floodgates open and then fill away once people bring it back up to your face. Now, so just make sure you don't take a lot of drinks. And I ain't gonna call Miss Bam no drunk like Charisse did. All right, but I'm just letting y'all know. Okay, now Charisse goes on to say, instead of thinking about me, she should think about going back to rehab. Charisse, what? You can't do this. Not you done sat up here and told this lady to go back to rehab. So wait a minute. I have to pause right there. Karen, is this true? Or is Charisse giving us lies saying you need to go back to rehab? Because that's crazy if you did sit up there and tell Giselle something about Sing Sing, meaning her rehab or whatever she had going on, only for Charisse to claim that you was the one that was in rehab. Girl, you can't make this up. Let's keep going, okay? Charisse says that instead of thinking about me, she should think about going back to rehab and redo the program that she never completed many years ago. Happy Sunday, everyone. Baby, Miss Karen gonna be on your tail, Miss Charisse, come to reunion. And if you have some receipts, you're gonna have to bring them to the reunion because this is a strong allegation that you'd have made about this lady calling this lady a drunk and she went to rehab and she need to go back and finish the program from many years ago. All right. So if you got them receipts, you're gonna have to bring them to the front. But Miss Karen gonna be ready for you, girl. This is gonna be a crazy reunion whenever it does happen. Now, another thing I want to say before I get out of here is that Miss Karen sat up there and pretty much made the focal point of her issue with Charisse, in my opinion, about her mom. And I feel like that's BS. Like, let's get to the real reason. And it makes me feel like one, Karen does not want to mention the real reason. And two, I don't think Charisse said anything about your mom. She said nothing. All she said was that she attended her funeral. She didn't speak ill. She didn't say anything disrespectful. None of that. But you're choosing to, I guess, let that be your trigger and have a bigger issue with this woman so that you don't have to address what the real issue is. I'm not sure, but it's not clicking for me. Okay. But those are just my thoughts. All right. I want you guys to go ahead and hop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts about everything that I just discussed. Okay. Regarding Miss Charisse and Miss Karen. Okay. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.